This first one stretches that part, right? Now I'm going to do it again. You grab a hold of my wrist, I'll grab a hold of this. So inhale and exhale. Just let my body weight lean back. Okay? So that gets this. Now we have to do from here, here. So this gets that lower portion, right? And then once you loosen it up a little bit, you do this. Because that gets through the pelvis and down the legs. Okay? Now, if you're doing it, so that's just for stomach. That's easy one to do on the floor. Okay? Now, the stomach source point, come, if you can't see, I want you to make sure you know where it is, or feel it on yourself. I'll show it on myself first. So, the stomach source point, if you feel right on the top of the foot where it meets the ankle, there's an indentation. You feel that? Feel it on yourself, please. Okay, and it's in between these two tendons. You'll feel the tendons here. And if you press down towards the bone, that's where the point is, stomach 42, which is the source point for the stomach meridian. And remember, the stomach meridian is what brings balance to the system. Okay, now can you feel a dull ache on yourself? If not, you bring your foot up a little bit and you'll feel it. Let me hear an amen or something. I don't hear nothing.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we
feel
feel it.
All right.
It's still above that.
Oh no, that's too high. That's something else.
So it's. I got something else
Yeah,
there.
don't ever press that. Yeah, it's right,
You have a big toe tendon there.
Yeah.
right where the
Just
foot meets
right
the
on the
ankle
inside
there,
of the
and you press down here. And like we were showing on the source points here, when you move the body towards you a little bit more, it point opens up so you can go in more. So here, and you bring the foot up, you'll feel it a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's this here where is an indent. Oh, right at the end of the here. This tattoo.
Marked it for you.
You feel that?
Oh yeah.
Okay, easy. All right. Also know that if, for the lower portion, if you're stretching this, because when you stretch the quad, you're stretching the stomach meridian. So it can be simply this. And if this is too much for y'all, because you're not going to be doing this on the table, probably, that on the floor, you know, you can do this, which is also a really nice psoas stretch. Which is also a real nice psoas stretch and stomach. Which is also a real nice psoas stretch. So there's 3 variations of that. So if you're on the table, you know, you could reach across and do this, or you could be on the ground, which I'll show you how to do it this way. Simple. But it's the same premise for stretching. Okay? So that's stomach. Would you turn over, please? Yeah. And look in your handout where the spleen is. So the spleen starts at the inside of the toe and runs right up the inner leg. And if you feel for the tibia, and feel that on yourself. So when I'm asking you about that, I want you to do that. Feel here and then hook up underneath the tibia. That's all spleen meridian. And this, all these meridians in the leg, on the inside of the leg, are associated with support and nutrition and encouragement It's like what the earth does. The stomach and spleen are the earth element. And if you think about what the earth does for you, it supports you. It feeds you, right? It nourishes you, things that come out of the earth. So these meridians are that. So if somebody is imbalanced out there, they might not feel the support they need. They might be eating or doing new experiences, but they don't feel fulfilled. You know, that's an indicator of stomach and spleen imbalance. Belly full, still hungry. You know, same thing. People doing things all the time, different things, not satisfied. Eating, still not healthy because it's not the quality of the food. They're not able to process what they need. They're not giving themselves what they need. That's a clear indicator of stomach and spleen imbalance. They're not getting the support they need. So the spleen, which in Western medicine more is about, it starts the process of breaking things down, right? The stomach holds and ripens, and then the spleen breaks down continually and disregards to the intestines what it doesn't need, and then utilizes things that it does need, which is nutrients for the organs and also helps produce blood. So spleen is associated with blood production a lot too, right? So the spleen here, so easy to do a variety of displaced stretches to the side, right? For spleen, easy. For spleen, easy. Because without that stabilization, not so defined. But if you stabilize here, where it passes through onto the side here, very strong stretch for the spleen meridian. The source point for the spleen is right at the base of the big toe. What if that happens if I press it again? I really never noticed that before. That's the body saying, come in, please. But feel it on yourself. At the base of the big toe, there's a little, that's it, Evan. You got it now, bro. Right, if you hook underneath there, you let me know if you feel. That is the source point. You know, you think about it, you know, the big toe is key in keeping your balance, right? If your big toe is screwed up, you have a hard time ambulating, and which is a support issue. So the same with spleen. So you want that's where the source point is. You feel it, it's on the bottom at the big toe bone, and you just hook up underneath there. And you want to press up towards the bone. And hold it. Who was that anyway? Oh. She doing okay out there? Yeah. She doesn't want to come in? Okay. Alright. And then, you know, thumbing the meridians for the spleen, you want to start right here. And you want to come in front of the ankle, and then you want to just hook underneath the tibia, and you take that all the way up. Now
She's tensing up
so,
with that.
So I'm going to change my angle. This is better because you can lean into it. So you could do this, or thumb walking, right? And then it comes up just on the inside of the knee in a straight line. So however you want to position yourself when you're either floor or table to do this, or else you can use elbow. That's it, girl, you know. Because you can top and lean with this, and you don't blow your thumb off neither. You can just lean right in there. But it's a straight line. Up underneath the bone. And it just comes right like this. Pretty close to where the organ is.
This is a masochist dream.
That's right, it is. Okay, so straight. Source point here. El stomacal. Yeah, stomacal. So, right underneath the eye, right off the corner of the mouth, right through the masseter. And then it actually goes inside, and then it comes right on the front of the SCM. And it comes right onto the top of the clavicle. And then it comes right through the center of the chest. And it comes right down. So here's the center line. It's pretty much on the lateral border of rectus abdominis. And then when you feel for the ASIS, it comes right below the ASIS, and it comes in a straight line just lateral of the knee. So here, now see, it's thicker here, the muscle. So to be more beneficial, you know, you can use your knee for the people on the floor. That way you can lean into it a little bit more. Or else. Because you want to match up your contact with the body part you're doing. You know, if the body is thick and muscle, you don't want to just try to attack it with your little thumb. I mean, you can, because we are dealing with an energetic exchange. We're not trying to, you know, push through the muscle, but nonetheless, you know, this is a lot easier. You can be gentle and nice contact just using this body part, but it's my body weight more. And it comes down into the leg. Now, in the lower leg, it comes here. Now feel on yourself, here's the tibia. And just on the inside of the tibia, there's this little groove.
Inside, outside. Inside or outside?
Outside. So you feel for the tibia, and just there's this groove, and that's where the stomach meridian is. So again, you can do this here and get right in there, or else you can use your elbow and just sink in there. It's okay? You know, because you're supported again, and you can hang out there more. All right? And then for the source point, you could easily just hook your thumb in there and bring the foot back, and you go right into the source point. So that's a nice way to do a source point. So stretch the meridian, thumb the meridian, do the source point for the stomacal and spleen. Okay? Earth element. Okay? What's the emotion, do you know? For stomach and spleen? Empathy. You think of, they used to call like the earth mother types. People who are always taking care of everybody. Just like Pachamama, just like our earth, right? Take Pachamama. Don't you talk about my Pachamama. Pachamama, you know, it's anything that you associate with the earth in a good way, that's what stomach and spleen do. Okay, so, but then, you know, the imbalance is if you're worried about people too much and not taking care of yourself. All right, that's an imbalance in earth. You know, that give, which it sort of prolificates that attitude as body workers. And a lot of times it masks the inability to receive because you're always giving. So you're always yanging out, doing stuff. Not only is it giving, over giving, but it also creates distance between you and that other person. So it's like, because you don't want them to come close where you, oh my God, I have to receive. You know, but, so there's that balance, you know. So stomach and spleen. Okay, so nice. Make sure you ask as many questions as you need to for it to be clear. It should be simple, straight line. Use your handouts. Okay, stomach and spleen, nice and clear, nice and empty, and then comida. Okay?